Good morning once again. And how are you on this fine Wednesday morning? As for me, the sun is out. It's really nice out there. And I hope you don't mind, but as you can see from the intro, when I went to select the cards, I was drawn to the exact same decks that I used yesterday. That's not done out of laziness. This is how it's done. I usually get drawn to, there are two decks I'll use all the time, that's Spirit Animal and Viking. That's always a given. But it's the first two, the Tarot deck and that first Oracle deck, that I get drawn to. Sometimes, I'll have to kind of look around and decide for myself, but most times I'm drawn to one or the other. And as you can tell, Bub is over there playing. He hasn't brought me the ball yet, so we'll see if this turns out like it did yesterday. Anyway, I hope you have your tea and your coffee ready, because I have asked specifically, not only what are we looking at today, but what do we need to do today? So let's get right into it by seeing who our guide is this morning. Who or what? You've got to be kidding me. We've got the Void. You just watch me shuffle these, so you know that I'm not setting this up. I've been noticing this has come up a lot, and it's interesting because we're being told things are undecided. So it seems like a lot of it's being left up to us. And I think that's the most important message, because we're being told that what is coming is big. It is going to be spectacularly huge. And on top of that, it won't be us, let me put this in terms, KMFDM put it this way. Let's stop praying for someone to save us and start saving ourselves. I think that's a very important message. I think this is their way of saying, maybe you shouldn't rely on us to tell you everything. It's time you figured it out on your own a little bit. Time for us to grow. Time for us to kind of stop feeding, if you will. That makes sense, because we can either build something very, very nice, very solid, and very sound, or we can stick to the same old janky stuff that's crumbling around us. Remember, I said it, we can see the man behind the curtain. The matrix is glitching, the holodeck is on the fritz, the illusion is crumbling, and he has brought me the ball. Go ahead, love it, love the ball, you love the ball, go get it. Alright, so, for our spirit animal, we got a rabbit. We got the silly rabbit. Seems that now is a lucky time, so today is our lucky day. So if you have any good luck charms, today's a good day to pack them. I think I'm going to be packing that with me. That's always been a pretty lucky charm for me. Might even pack that little opal sitting on the Raven's Prophecy Tarot deck. Love it. Love it. Love the ball. Love the ball. Go get it. Seems that we're having the same day, right? Same decks, same results. Here he comes with the ball again. So let's get into the tarot, shall we? We don't want to make this too long. I really want to get into this, but I want this message I want to make sure this message gets conveyed. We do have the Star, we have the Magician, and we have the Knight of Swords. The Star is great because that star is actually what's guiding us right now. That's helping us find our true north. And that is never a bad thing. That is always a great and wonderful thing. Having that star in our spread is always wonderful. It's definitely not the moon, but we do have some hope and inspiration. I think that's really what we need to do today. I've been getting the sort of that nagging feeling like today we need to be a little inspirational. We need to really shine today, because that, we don't have to go out there and be this overly bubbly, not talking about you, but we don't need to be completely bubbly and exuberant or anything like that. If that's what you're feeling like you need to do, then by all means do it. There's a real lack of those people in the world, I think. Sometimes I look at someone and go, that person's way too happy for their own good, but you know what, I don't do anything to stop it, because quite frankly, better to deal with them than someone who's miserable. So that magician, this is where you bring your mastery of whatever craft, whatever it is that lights you up. You've mastered it, and you need to be bringing it to the table today. You need to be taking your mastery of all those elements and bringing them together and making something cohesive. And you also need to be a little versatile today. You do have control, I will give you that, but try not to exude too much of it. A guiding hand, if you will. And that's, if you notice the magician's tattoos, he has all 4 symbols there. Looks like a man's hand to me. And yeah, he's got all 5. I can see 5 of them. He's got mastery of every bit of them, and he's using them. That needs to be you today. Just perform and perform well. And finally, that Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords, I've seen that card come up. We are going to be using our direct action and logic today. So let that brain power come into play. Show. You don't have to be showy about what you know, but you do have to be, how can I put this? You're going to be exercising a little self-control, and that self-control is what is going to shine that light really, really bright. You're going to be able to rattle off some solutions today. You're going to be able to fix some stuff. You might have a little confrontation. You may encounter a little hostility, but that's okay. Practicing that self-control means you don't have to give in to it. So, as I've said before, if you feel the need, disengage from that social media. If it's getting a little too toxic, or if it's getting a little too heavy, well, just ignore it for the day. Go out and do something else. You don't have to check that Twitter feed every 5 minutes. I'll be honest with you. Throughout my work day, I barely check it at all. I really don't check it till I get home. I might check it on my break. I might not. It just kind of depends. Alright, so how can we work our light today? How can we shine like that star? We have Minticon. We have Align Your Life. And then we have this Get Grounded. So some of you, if not most of you, will be practicing a bit of empathy today. Okay, listen up. As Roland Deschain would say in The Dark Tower, hear me well. Because I know, with that Minticon, I'm sitting here and I'm telling you, I know. You really want to be back among those stars, where life was good, life was peaceful, and you really felt at home. I know. I want to be there too. But here's the thing. We chose to be here. We chose everything from our parents to our current situation. We made choices along the way that could have altered any part of this, but we are here now. Let me put it to you this way. I'm not sure when, let me do it with this one. I'm not sure when this little piece of opal here was mined, and as you can see, it's very jagged. I have to handle it very carefully. It has some very sharp edges. It does have this one little dip. It's very smooth in there, and I love that. It's why I haven't had this one cut. It's very rough. I don't know when this was cut, or when this was chipped away or broken away from its source, but it's here now, and it's very, very beautiful. It can't ever be reconnected to that source. Unlike us, we can connect to ours. You can connect to yours. In fact, I'm still going to push this. The book Light is the New Black by Rebecca Campbell, the one who wrote this series of cards, and the Starseed Oracle. She has been making a lot of sense. And some of it, I'm not going to lie, does seem a little flighty, a little airy-fairy, but to me it's unimpeachable. If you would give that book a try, I'm sure you would know. She doesn't address this personally, but she does mention we chose to be here. We chose everything about it. We decided we wanted to have this experience, and it's time that we enjoyed it. The time of playing Follow the Leader is over. So that's where aligning your life is next. What needs to change? Are you in a relationship that's not making you happy? Are you in a job that is not making you happy? It's not lighting you up. It's making you dim your light to fit in with everybody else. Those are the questions you need to be asking yourself. And then there's this, getting grounded. Now, a simple meditation. There are meditations you can do anywhere. You don't have to do it for hours a day. You can just do it for a couple minutes. Getting grounded. Coming down to planting yourself here. And then let your influence spread to pandemic levels. That's what this whole reading right here in this little position's about. But it's still connecting up here by letting your light shine and getting ready to build something, creating your own luck, if you will, building something that we can permanently say, this is what is real. It's as solid as this table. And we can, if I wanted to, I could lean on this table. And I think I will for a minute, because I know that this table is here, it's solid. I can trust that it's here. But if this table had a rickety leg, you think I would be leaning on it as I did? I wouldn't even use it for this reading. Finally, let's get down to the runes and just see what we got. We have Awaz, or Iwaz. We have Burkano, and we have Laguz. So with this one, perhaps you need to just let go of the control. In fact, I'm just going to go out and say it. Let go of it. Remember what I said, the days of Follow the Leader are over. That's what I'm seeing here, because this does symbolize a little bit of death, and it's an end to something in your life. And ending things is the first step toward beginning something else. But you do need to set your boundaries, and today is a day for that. And Burkano, whatever, however you want to pronounce it, this one is about healing. Those seeds that you plant today, they're probably not going to, you're probably not going to see colossal results today. Just letting you know. But you are going to be planting seeds, and you will be instituting someone's healing, whether or not it's your own. You may heal through others' healing. That's a very big possibility. I wouldn't say it's a definite, at least not for today, but soon and down the road, you may be the one credited for healing someone else, and they in turn may come to you and decide to heal something in your life. With Lagoos, this is our lake, and we are being called to kind of go with a certain flow today. So whatever that flow is, whatever it looks like, be sure to bring your light into it. You don't have to dim it to fit in. You're just kind of going with it. This is about surrendering control, and more about getting in tune with what your soul has and what the universe in general has, because just like that lucky rabbit there, the universe does have your back. It absolutely has your back. It is not going to let you, it's not going to let you, leave you hanging like a piece of rotisserie gold here. It absolutely has you. So trust in that. Trust in your spirit. Trust in a little bit of luck. Roll those dice today. Know what I mean? Alright, so let's sum up. So today is all about shining that light. Today is about bringing your mastery of your, whatever it is that's lighting you up to the table. You can still use direct action, but remember, today is a day about trusting your spirit, getting rid of anything that does not align with that, making sure that you're grounded so that you don't get completely up into your head about things, and trust that your spirit has the plan and it has your back. That's what it's all about today. That is the entire summary. I hope this resonates with you. I hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for having a cup of tea or cup of coffee with me. Just remember, a lighthouse does not look for ships to save, it just shines. I love you all, and just like that lighthouse, just remember, people, shine on.